and composer. Billy Graham, no relation, is a 91-year-old native of Oregon. He is known as the legend of Beaver Creek, a small community south of Oregon City. Steve Amon managed to slow Billy down long enough to share his music and his philosophies with us.
Just about the best way to tell if Billy's home is to listen for the sound of music. You sure do love music, don't you?
It's my life. I had to play a piano here, and I wore that out.
Billy's a man of incredible energy. When he's thirsty, he just stops playing long enough to grab an empty gallon jug and start walking.
And you don't mind the walk down to get water every day?
You want to know why I live long?
Why?
Exercise.
Billy's idea of running water is a hose he used to tap into a mountain spring further up the hill. Billy's loved this land since the first day he saw it. That was back in 1918. 25 years later, he'd saved up enough money to buy 135 acres.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I go to town strictly on business. I don't care for city life.
Where's your outhouse?
You're in primitive area. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Country boy is right. Why, Billy doesn't even have electricity.
Now, this is the time of year when the days and nights are equal length. I just thought, what do I need with electricity? I'm getting all the daylight that I want right now.
Billy is an expert at making do. He used to have a goat named Baby Doll, and every morning that goat would get fed and milked at the same time, and all in the comfort of Billy's living room. You see, Billy's not known for his housekeeping.
I'm not a housekeeper. That's a woman's work. I can hardly keep them out. They always want to clean up, and it's kind of insulting. I don't like any reflection on my housekeeping.
Billy's not much of a cook either. He used to love making up a big batch of hard-boiled eggs, and the eggs would keep for a long time.
I eat eggs till they run out of my ears. I'm sick of them.
Over the years, Billy's found a new breakfast favorite, one he says may be the secret to his good health and long life.
I don't want to make any statements I can't prove. All I got to say is I'm 91 years old, and I like Wheaties, and I eat a lot of Wheaties and Alpenrose milk.
As you can probably tell, Billy's a little set in his ways, but he says that's not the reason he's still a bachelor.
When I was young, I liked the older girls. And as I grew older, I liked the younger girls. That's my first choice.
What happened with her?
Too lightheaded. Come on here, get moving.
Horses, not women, have always been Billy's constant companions. During World War I, he was in the cavalry. It was his job to break the wild horses. After the war, he returned to Oregon and delivered mail on horseback. Then he bought this land and settled down to farm, raise cattle and sheep. The sheep are still around, but Billy's retired. Until now, that is.
And I've started out a new career.
What's your new career?
Music. Well, I'm not really started on it, but it's about the only thing left that I can do.
Billy, along with his young friend Chris, loves to entertain. Billy thinks they're good enough to go on TV.
I've been watching the TV shows, and I'm confident that we can put on a better show than Hee-Haw.
Billy says it was his family that encouraged him to take up music.
When I was 15 years old, I had an Indian pony. I wanted a saddle, and my sister wanted me to get a violin instead of a saddle. She said when I got to heaven I could play the violin, but the saddle wouldn't do me any good. And I've come to the conclusion that she was right, because I can still play the violin and I don't care for riding anymore.
Night's coming on, and it's been a busy day for Billy.
Who wouldn't like to be on TV? Oh, it was a chance of a lifetime.
But Billy knows fame is fleeting, so he still has one more chore before the sun goes down. The nights are chilly, and that means he'll be using his homemade wood stove again tonight. Despite the fact that he's in good shape, Billy's been doing a lot of thinking lately about getting older.
Well, it's true, I have God to thank. Don't forget, I never smoked, never drank. If I'd done those things, I feel safe to say, I wouldn't be living in this world today. I'm proud to say that from my youth, I followed the pathway of virtue and truth. And then at last, when I've come to old age, it's nice to be healthy and wise as a sage.
What an interesting guy. It's too bad that he's so hard to get to. I understand that the crew had to four-wheel it into his place just to do the story.
Well, it's actually easier than that to hear his music and his tales of a colorful past. He still doesn't have his own program, but you can catch him on sunny days at Portland's Saturday Market.
And you can catch us next week at the same time here. That's all for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Good night.
Band. Stories embraced by two generations of young people around the world. Spiritual healing, homeless veterans, and Walt Morey, all next on Front Street Weekly.